You know that Buy Now button? It's really just the tip of the iceberg. It feels so simple, right? But with that one tap, you trigger this massive, hidden world of code, warehouses, and super complex strategy. So let's dive in and uncover the invisible machinery you set in motion with just a single click.
Okay, let's just freeze that moment. What did you really do when you clicked that button? You didn't just buy a thing. You actually kicked off a huge chain reaction across a global electronic ecosystem. We're going to follow that digital signal all the way from your screen to your front door.
So, where does this whole journey even begin? Well, before we can follow the package, we gotta understand the landscape. What exactly is this e commerce engine we've just fired up?
Think about it for a second. E-commerce isn't just the buy button. It was the ad that somehow found you, the website that was easy to use, the secure payment system that made you feel safe, and even that your order has shipped email. It's the entire digital assembly line for your purchase.
Okay, so we have our definition, but your purchase, it's just one type of transaction in a massive, sprawling digital marketplace. To really get it, we need to know who's on the other side of that click, who's doing the buying and who's doing the selling. This map kind of shows the complexity of it all. If you look closely, you've got the classic business to consumer flow. But see those arrows between businesses? That's a huge part of the economy we never really see. Or over here, you've got people selling directly to each other. And yeah, even the government is a major player in this digital space. Let's break down the main types. Let's look at the big three. When you buy a book from a major online store, that's B2C, business to consumer. Easy enough. But what about the company that bought all the paper to print that book? That's B2B, business to business, a massive market that's pretty much hidden from us. And that cool handmade gift you found on Etsy? That's C2C, consumer to consumer. Chances are you've used all three without even realizing it. And let's be honest, most of this stuff is happening right here, on our phones. That's e-commerce. Every time you order food, book a ride, or buy concert tickets on an app, you're doing it. This little device in our pocket has become the most valuable piece of retail real estate on the entire planet. You ever notice how you can add something to your shopping cart on your laptop and it's still there on your phone's app later? Or you get a notification about a sale right when you walk into the physical store? That's not an accident. That's omnichannel, a deliberate strategy to create one smooth, seamless experience for you, no matter where you shop. So, we've kind of mapped out the what, but the really interesting question is why? Why has this digital way of shopping pretty much taken over the world? What are its superpowers? It really comes down to four massive advantages. First, global reach. Your store is suddenly open to the whole world. Second, radically lower costs. No rent, fewer staff. Third, incredible scalability. You can handle 10 customers or 10 million. And maybe the best one, your business is open 24/7, 365 days a year. This slide really puts it in perspective. Just look at the left. A physical store is loaded with costs like rents, insurance, and utilities. Now look at the right. An online store's main costs are things like web hosting and digital marketing. It's a completely different economic ballgame. And this flexibility gives online businesses a true superpower: scalability. Just imagine your product goes viral overnight. A physical store would be totally crushed by the demand. An online store, it can just spin up more server space and handle millions of new customers in an instant. That ability to grow or shrink on demand is absolutely revolutionary. But with all this power comes some pretty immense complexity. For every smooth, easy purchase you make, there's a whole bunch of hidden challenges that businesses are constantly battling behind the scenes. And these businesses, they have to defend against threats from all sides. They're dealing with relentless cybersecurity risks from people trying to steal customer data. They are up against crazy intense global competition. They have to perfect the complex dance of order fulfillment and logistics. And they have to do it all while managing that seamless omnichannel presence we've all come to expect. Every single time you type in your credit card number online, you are making a bet on that company's cybersecurity. A single data breach can completely destroy a brand's reputation overnight. This isn't just about firewalls and tech. It's about trust, which is the absolute currency of e-commerce. So what actually happens right after you click? Your order doesn't just teleport to you. As you can see here, it kicks off a very real, physical journey. The signal hits a warehouse where your item is found and packed. Then it gets handed off to a shipping network of trucks and planes. And finally, it makes that last mile journey to your door. Every single step in this chain has to be perfect.
And here's the paradox of that global reach we were talking about. It's a huge advantage, for sure, but it also means your competition is, well, everyone, everywhere. You're not just competing with the shop on the corner anymore. You're competing with a small business halfway across the world. So, with all these challenges, how does anyone actually succeed at this? Well, it's not just luck. The best online businesses all seem to follow a surprisingly consistent blueprint for success. And here it is, the 3 C's formula. And it's a sequence, which is important. First, you build a community, a loyal group of people who believe in what you do. Then, you serve that community with valuable content, things like videos, articles, guides, and only after you've built that trust do you introduce commerce. The sale just becomes a natural part of the relationship, not some cold, hard transaction. And how do they fuel this entire process? Data. It's all about data. They use these powerful analytics tools to basically listen to their community. They're tracking what's popular, understanding behavior, and using that information to make smarter decisions about everything they do. Which brings us right back to where we started. That simple click. What we've seen is that behind all the technology, the logistics, and the data, the most successful e-commerce is still built on something that's fundamentally human. In a world where you can add almost anything to a digital card, the most valuable things, real community, genuine trust, a truly great idea, are the things you still have to earn, not just sell.